My dorky hair. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. I got sick recently, and I never get sick. And it was the day before I went to church. Nice try, Satan. And anyway, after the speech, whatever, I know exactly why he was trying to stop me from that particular day. Like, yeah, you can go to church 100 times, and not really that particular day. Oh yeah. So anyway, still a little sick from that, but I know what I got to do. Anyway, I wanted to tell a story of back when I didn't believe in Jesus. It's gonna get a little weird here because I haven't really even thought about it before I even made this video. I remembered. I was in Florida somewhere. I think I was in Florida. Yeah, I was in Florida. I remember iguanas running around. So yeah, I was definitely in Florida. And I was panhandling. I had my dog with me. And I remember when I was walking to go panhandling, I saw a Santa hat, and I put it on. Christmas, Christ. Some people will tell you that Christmas is really a celebration of Nimrod, and it's kind of demonic. So I don't really know how to talk about it. Point is, I'm walking, and God tells me to put on a fucking Christmas hat. Stop cussing. Sorry. God tells me to put on a Christmas hat, or Santa Claus hat. So I'm literally at this. I tie my dog up at the light. And, where he's not going to get hit by a car or anything. And I tie him up behind the guardrail, and I have my backpack with, like, a thing of water that I'm drinking out of. And I'm wearing a Santa Claus hat. And I'm there for about 10 seconds. Like, I mean it. Never talked to a car. Maybe I did. Maybe it was 60 seconds. But literally, like, within a minute, I'm talking. And all of a sudden, I feel the need to look over. And I look over, and I can't remember which car's black and which car's white. I think the car that wrecked was black. That's what I'm picturing in my mind right now. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I think so. Anyway, so somebody in a car, a black car, was driving, and something else happened, and he like overcorrected, and he smashed into a parked car that was white sitting there. One car had a chick, the other car had a guy or girl, I can't tell. And there's a reason why that matters in a second. But anyway, so they reckon the one car swerves and wrecks into the other car going like 35, maybe 40, maybe 35. Big impact though. And so I know that God wants me to be the first on scene. Now at the time, I didn't really believe in Jesus, even though he saved my life all these times. I believed in manifesting. So without a doubt, you created this. Like, that's a fact. You created this event. That's a fact. That's a fact. So anyway, I remember I walked up, and when I looked into the black car, the person who swerved and wrecked, they might be dead. I don't know, because the way they're out cold. They're like knocked out on the steering wheel. Their hands, the body looked negative. When I looked at the flesh of the person, you ever look at somebody who like does hard drugs, or they're just a tightwad? They're that person that doesn't have God in their life. They don't have love in their life. Their face and their muscles and their skin they turn into a Scrooge-looking like person. Understand? So when I looked at that body in that car, didn't feel any positivity, anything. Just like a lack. That's really what my reaction was. You'd think I'd be more caring, but no, that was my reaction. And when I looked at the person in the white car, I felt the need to walk up and talk to her. And I remember when I was walking up to talk to her, just like how I felt that coming before it happened, so do demons. They have an understanding of timelines. You put out vibes, vibes come back. You put out vibes, you're getting in that wreck. You put out those vibes. Could you have autocorrected before then? Yeah. It's like kind of like the point of repenting in a way. But anyway, so this car wrecks into this car. I walk up, and I will never forget, I saw like 6 or 7 people at the intersection going, "You go first." "No, you go first." Like they're just talking about crossing the street or something. It made no sense. All I knew was I was watching demons talk to each other. Like people, like a wreck just happened. Shouldn't you be like walking to go, oh my God, we should help? No, I'm watching people go, you should fucking go first. No, you go first. I don't care. I was here first. And it's like 5 or 6 of them. And I just kind of ignored them. And I walked up to the lady in the white car and I calmly told her that you created this. And she's like, how did I create this? You know, nothing, you know, she's like kind of she just got hit. You know, she was parked and got hit. And I know my mission is somehow involving this girl. So I'm talking to her and one of those demonically possessed people walk up and start smacking her in the face while she's in this. Like, you have no idea how insane this moment is. Like, somebody walks up and starts slapping her in the face. Hey, you all right? You okay? Hey. And I was like, okay, lady. And that person went, and backed up. See how many stories I got? Watch my YouTube channel. I got 1,000 of these stories. I'm tired of living in this fake world. This is the truth. I saw a car wreck into another car. Looked over, there's like 5 fucking people, so I keep cussing, I'm sorry. 5 people just screaming, talking like this. No, you go first. Like, this isn't God. When you see that stuff, that's why I imitate it. I probably shouldn't imitate it, but these are the things you will see. And I feel like God's allowing me to talk in this way because he knows I'm just trying to tell you that this is what it's like when you see these things. And the fact that I'm sitting here talking to a lady in a car and somebody has the audacity to walk up and start slapping them in the face. Hey, you okay? You okay? Like, that's what like, smacking this bitch. Gotta stop cussing. But it's the truth. And I'm like, all right. Like, I just spoke up. That's all I have to do. I think that's the power of God. That's why fear is the number one fear is public speaking. Why? Because if you were to tell a demon to back up, they have to now. Especially if you have Jesus in your life. If you have God in your life. I'm sitting here following. I didn't know his name was Jesus, but I knew the energy from that feeling of unconditional love saving my life, so I followed that feeling. It's revealed to me that feeling's name is Jesus, God, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, at the time, I didn't know any of that, 707. Anyway, so I will never forget, I had to tell some demonically possessed person to back it up. Backed it up. And I was talking to the girl for a minute, and I remember she said, maybe she didn't even ask for it, but I felt the need to ask for it, I think. I said, do you want some water? And she'd go, yes. She wanted some water. So I was going to walk to my car, or not my car, walk 10 feet, like across the road and like 10 feet to the side, 15 feet to the side to where my dog is, I almost said parked, where my dog's parked, and my backpack with my water that I drink out of, which is disgusting. But I felt the need to ask if she wanted water. So when I left that car, within like 10 seconds, another car pulled up and handed me a bag like this, and it said Jesus on it in like a church name. And the guy just handed it to me. Because like I said, when you're a warrior in Christ, child of God just popped up on my phone. My Leslie something, my YouTube recommendation. That was cool. Right when I did that, it popped up on my phone. That's cool. Anyway, when you're a child of Christ, you're allowing yourself to be humble. You're letting go of your will, your ego, your pride, your know-it-all. You're like an idiot. You don't know everything. And when you're willing to give that up and God uses you on the chessboard of life, you'll meet up with other people. Now, I didn't believe in Jesus per se. I believed in God. I didn't know his name was Jesus. But the fact that I asked if this girl wants some water, I walk randomly and then somebody hands me a bag out of the thin air. That's kind of how it felt. Like, imagine being like, hey, you want $1 million? And then I walk over here and some guy goes, I just want $1 million. Here, you can have it. Like, that's how that felt. So I literally told the girl, I'm going to go get some water. I walk across the street, car pulls up. Here's the bag. Thanks for the package. I open it up. Small bottles of water. Yeah. I kept the rest because I'm greedy. I guess, I don't know. But I knew that was, so I walked back up to her and gave her some bottles of water. And I just wanted to tell that story because I got 1,000 stories, and why should I be sitting here letting people go to hell? You know, it's interesting. I think that person that died in that car, if they did die, those demons were fighting over that or something. There's something about that. The fact that they were there is a pretty big indicator. Like I said, when I looked at the body of that person that swerved and wrecked, ooh. And it was yin and yang, a black and a white car. Isn't that cool? Like spiritual warfare? Get it? Like on a chessboard? Not calling black bad. Don't get fucked. up if this comes off like some kind of weird racist thing. I don't know. I just know people twist words for no reason. So it's a spiritual war, good versus evil, okay? Anyway, a black car hit a white car. The guy in the black car seemed evil. I'm not saying if you're driving a black car, that's not the point. God's trying to talk to me through this event that people created in their own life anyway. And it's interesting because, like I said, there was a bunch of demons fighting over I don't even know what. Like I don't even understand. Like I can't even comprehend being one of those human beings in that moment. Are they completely oblivious to what the hell they're saying? I guess. Yeah. I guess. I mean, you don't know what you don't know, right? It's like sleepwalking in the middle of the day. I have no idea what is going through their world. I have no idea. You know, I have no clue. I don't even know how to fathom it. But I do know I was there. When I was on hard meth, I wasn't there. I can't even remember a lot of everything that happened when I was on hard meth back at my dad's. You know why? I think I was demonically possessed most of the time. All right, I know I was. Anyway, so it was just really trippy. Like, I'm sitting here talking to this lady. Like, if you lived in a normal world where demons don't exist, who the hell would walk up to a girl who just got in a car wreck, who's minding her own business, and you just slapping them in the face? Hey. You know, I'm watching that. I was like, all right. Backed up. I said, all right. You can stop that. I mean, the girls, and that's what I'm saying. You have no idea. You die, you're going to be tortured in a horrible place. These things don't even want to wait. They don't even want to wait. They want to mess with you right now. I got to stop cussing. They want to mess with you right now. Anyway, so I remember that. I was like, all right, back it up. And then all of a sudden, a warrior of God in the passenger seat of a car pulled up and was like, here's the package. And I grabbed it. Isn't that crazy? I got another one. I'll tell you another one. I think this might have been north of Florida. It might have been Georgia or something. I don't know. It was during a time in my life where I was going through those states like crazy. In like 1 year, multiple times. Anyway, what was I doing before? Anyway, I was walking. I went to go fly a sign at the side of an interstate. And I remember I was sitting there. And I'm trying to remember the order. I think, yeah, the devil usually makes his way first, don't he? Yeah, that's true. I guess that is isn't that interesting? Like I just told you the story. I had to think about it, and I remember. I had to think about it. I wasn't planning on telling this part, so I had to think about it. But anyway, yeah, it seems that gossip travels before the gospel. Lies get to you before the truth. It just seems to work that way. Satan's here on earth, so it just seems that those things make it faster. Like that's Satan's ability. His lies, deceit, they get there first. He tries to get there first. Anyway, like when God's blessing's coming in, he knows, and he tries to get there first. He tries to have that first impact. Usually the first kid to go tell mom, hit me in the face, is usually the winner. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth, you know, it just plays out that way in life. It's horrible because people let things sit in their head and they you know, like I walk into the Walmart recently, there's a guy in there spreading, and I don't hate him. If you're watching this, I love you, Michael, but you're spreading gossip. And so when I walk into Walmart, everybody knows me, even though they never talk to me. They already are hating on me. They never even talk to me. They let that stuff go in first, which is why that's why you got to know you're being used. But anyway, so I'm at this light, or at this whatever. I'm on the highway ramp, and a car pulls up and hands me a joint, and I take it. I took a hit, and then the next car pulls up, and it's a guy of God, and he throws down, because he could tell. He's like, fucking listen to this thing. I didn't know it, but what was going on was he was aware, like he was going to give me that package of money and food and like a little thing about Jesus in a Ziploc bag, and I think what happened was he got upset because he could see Satan won. First, I took a hit of the joint, and then he pulls up and was like, you know, like every time, which is usually how it goes. Anyway, so I got stoned from the joint, and I grabbed the bag of stuff, and I walked back to my car, and there was a red and black car parked in front of my car. And I thought, that's trippy, and I'm stoned. And some girl pops her head, like she goes, hi, around a corner. Like she just kind of, hi, around a corner, and says, I saw you on the side of the road, and I thought I'd give you some stuff. And it was funny because her hair was red and black. The car in front of me wasn't her car. But just the fact that I could see the red and black car, and then all of a sudden, this chick with red and black hair pulls up. And I'll never forget, while I was stoned, I was in a state of weakness. It's easier to attack you spiritually when you're stoned, or on meth, or on drugs of any kind. You're weaker. Anyway, so she gives me a bag full of her boyfriend's clothes, ex-boyfriend. I don't like this chick, really. I don't think she's a good person. I think she kind of looks like the chick that would just cheat on you. I don't know. Like, she wasn't completely fake, but there's an offness here. Anyway, and I will never forget being stoned and feeling it. And when she was talking, I think I brought up God or manifesting or something. I didn't believe in Jesus, really. I didn't say Jesus at all at that time in my life. But anyway, I brought up something. And I'll never forget, she like twitched and was like, oh, that's not real. No. You know, so it bothered her. Like, just the fact that the truth is, I got spiritually attacked, and then Satan tried to hand me an item that was cursed. The items can be cursed. She handed me a bag, and I have it in my videos. If you want to find it, it's way down below. It should be called my demon bag, I think. I got a bag. I called it my demon bag. And the reason why it was my demon bag, I'll explain in a second. But anyway, the point is, the chick hands me this. I say some things. She gives me some clothes, and she leaves. But I'll never forget, even though I was stoned, there was a certain level of I just refused to feel anxiety and fear, and it repelled back on her, and it hit her, which made me laugh, because it's like I'm stoned as fuck, talking to a really cute girl, and yet you're the one all uncomfortable. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, I wish I didn't smoke weed, to be honest with you, on that moment. I don't want to smoke at all anymore. Not after everything I've gone through. Anyway, so, the bag. I have a video about it. Why is it called the demon bag? Well, when I was in the hood of St. Louis, I met a guy who raped a bird with, I know, this is so graphic, with the thing that sits on your ear on glasses. He's the guy who walked outside my house and was like, what's up, dog? Say no to joining my gang? That guy. The guy who punched my small Chihuahua-sized dog. The guy who threatened to kill everybody in my house. The guy who got shot in the gut 2 weeks later because God said, you're not going to fuck with my chosen one. Stop cussing. Anyway, so that guy, total demon, 100%, going to hell. The chances of that guy repenting and changing would be probably zero, to be honest with you. Wouldn't waste your time at all. And there's 100,000 other souls out here to change that have a chance. I wouldn't waste your time, to be honest. I mean, God loves everybody, that's true, but he's not going to favor the dude raping birds with things and then shooting at other neighbors. He was shooting at some dude from Chicago, and the guy from Chicago apparently had better aim. Anyway, when I was hanging out with him, he randomly said I'm a seahorse. Like, he made some weird face and everything, and just said he was a seahorse. Like, he said that. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. I lived with a chick who was demonically possessed. She was the first person to meet me after I survived the demonic attack on the mountain that God saved me from. Anyway, I have a story about her. She's a narcissist. I went to her demon wedding. She got married to another guy. She was dating a guy and then got married while the other guy was dating a girl who's mentally slow and got married without them knowing. And they're fucking each other. I gotta stop cussing. And they all work at the same job, besides a girl. So imagine that you're dating somebody and then you find out that they married your neighbor and you all work together. Think about how demonic of a person you have to be dating somebody and to find out that they're actually now the neighbor who is your boss and they got married. That's how evil this person is. Anyway, that shit gave me a lock. So it was like a symbol, a lock. My mom, who I got stories of, who's got the Jezebel spirit in her too, who's narcissistic, she gave me a leather kit years ago. Like a kit of leather, kind of like psychopaths do. It made me think of the Zodiac Killer or whatever, who had leather stuff. And anyway, so when I got that stuff, I didn't want to do any of that stuff. And when I got this bag from this lady, go watch my video. I think it's called the Demon Bag. It had everything on it. It had seahorses, a patch of leather, and a lock keeping the thing. It had everything on it. And when I got the bag, I was stoned, and the chick was kind of demonic. I ended up getting rid of that bag. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say, ain't that crazy? Like, I have a story about, like, the fact that I met, like, these are, like, 3, and at the time, I wanted to keep the bag for pride and ego because it was a testimony of the demons that I beat, and I kind of took it that way. But at the same time, I got rid of that bag, and I believe that's the right choice because you don't want to have anything in this material realm. It's better to get rid of it than to keep it. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go, but I wanted to say that there's just a couple stories. Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you one more, I guess, be real quick. I tried to get a job at this Walmart. And I don't hate you, Michael, but like I said, and I don't believe, like I said, usually what happens is Satan tries to stop you from doing things. Like, it would be a lot easier to get a job to go do what I know I got to go do soon, which I'm not going to tell you, but I know I got to go do something soon. And it would have been a lot easier, right, to have money from a job to get there. Well, the truth is, one day, you're not going to be able to work at a job, swipe your credit card. You won't even have credit cards. Like I said, you're going to be having an implant. You're going to be buying things with your hands, and there's going to be something on your head for facial whatever. That's the mark of the beast. That's why we're going from cash to cashless. That's why when COVID happened, you couldn't walk into a building without a mask. You had to consent to society. Screw your beliefs. You want to eat? That's what I thought. Yeah, let me tell you something. God's going to help you out anyway. And trust me when I tell you hell is real. And if you knew that, you wouldn't do any of this stuff on this stupid small lifetime you have. You wouldn't waste this lifetime of yours falling for these tricks. Satan's number one goal is to convince you that hell isn't real. If you ever believe hell isn't real, watch testimonies. Earlier today, I was watching some video of some chick trying to talk about how hell isn't real, and she's studying them, and she listened to all these near-death experiences about heaven or other things. And it's like, you're not going to listen about the hell? It's like you just want to hear what you want to hear, and you just don't want to accept it. That sucks. You just want to hear what you want to hear, and you just refuse to accept truth when it's hitting you in the face blatantly. Anyway, so when I accepted that hell is real and all that, I used to walk in here and try to talk to Michael, and there was this chick that would walk up and go, "Hey, you guys can't be talking." Ironically, that chick never popped up every day prior. I'd talk to him for hours, like an hour to an hour, every 2 hours, like every day for like a month and a half. And the moment I pulled away, got right with God, when I tried talking to him, he was sick. I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning of this video, but I got sick right before I went to try to go to church, as I was saying. That's a spiritual attack. Stop being lost in this world, dude. Stop being lost in this world. That's why you need God. When you got God on you, think about it. Like, couldn't God just do anything? Wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't that mean that if that is true, then everything I'm dealing with down here is illusionary? Like, you literally walk around being afraid of small bacteria. And yes, you can zoom in and see them. Did you know if you keep zooming in at a bacteria and you zoom into the atoms and you zoom into the proton electrons, they just disappear? They turn into vibrations. That's a fact. We know that in science. So nothing's actually there. Right. So anyway, instead of walking around being afraid of dumb shit, be right with God. When I walked in here trying to talk to Michael, that lady be like, "You guys can't be talking." Every time, and I tried getting a job here at Walmart, and she's not even the hiring manager. She walked up and said, "Oh no, we're not hiring at all." And I don't hate this chick. I understand. It's spiritual warfare. It's spiritual warfare. This chick's just being a puppet. She's not happy. She's not, whatever. You can see it in her. There's things in about her life. She didn't achieve as much, or she's, she sees other people and she's jealous of their achievements or whatever. It's irrelevant. She doesn't got God in her life. She doesn't got the Holy Spirit in her life. So she's a puppet for dark forces. And I don't hate her. But it was funny to me that, twice now she's been the pawn to walk in and say nope. And the other day I walk in to talk to Jesse. There's a guy in there named Jesse. And I wanted to apologize because dark forces were speaking through him one day and I got triggered, which I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have got triggered. And I argued back. And I shouldn't have done that. So I walked back in and I apologized because I care about him. I walked back in and I apologized. But see, the difference is I'm not afraid to speak my truth no more. And that's why the number one fear on this planet is public speaking. And you'll be like, well, there's a lot of people that speak publicly that are doing really good. Yeah, they don't even believe in God. And it's really easy then. You want to be Lady Gaga talking about dumb, rubbing your sexuality and getting lust spells put on people all day. People like that, if they don't believe in, I don't know if she believes in Jesus, but and you can repent and forgive everything, but, leading a bunch of people to their deaths in hell, yeah, not good. And you won't be stopped. People like that, it's really hard to convince them that that stuff's like you really did sell your soul. Ooh, anyway, people like that really did sell their soul. Like Doja Cat and stuff. She even says that. There's like a video of her saying, yeah, I sold my soul, what of it? Like she even says it. Like she just says it. Like she understood that there was an agreement. She made it with Satan. Like it actually happened. She's not realizing that hell's real. That's the difference. Satan does not want you to believe that. If you sold your soul and you performed well here on earth, what did sell my soul even mean? Like you'll know what it means when you die. You would never have done it. Nobody would ever have done it if they really knew. So don't be convinced hell isn't real. And the fact that hell is real my evidence of that is that anytime I'm trying to talk to people, these dark forces come in to stop me. Like I said, I was walking in here, I was just talking to Jesse. That chick was out of earshot and still went all the way across the store to walk up and start cutting me off from talking to Jesse. Like, cut me off. And I said, yo, Stephanie, can I get a job? And she ignored me. I said, yo, Stephanie, can I get a job? And she goes, no. What did I tell you last time? And I said, nothing. You just said no. She said, I told you I'm not the hiring manager. She didn't say that. She just said no. So the point is, she was used by dark forces to walk in. If you got the power of Jesus in you, you crumple everything. Just remember that. That's why prayer is so powerful. Speak your truth. So I spoke my truth. I was like, hey, can I get a job? You interceded, I can intercede. I'm trying to tell this guy about the truth of this world, and you try to block me. Let's see how you handle some pressure. Then I kindly said, hey, can I get a job? Hey, can I get a job? I could tell. She's like sweating bullets over here a little. Not too bad. She ended up walking away and smiling. I don't hate her, but that's what's happening. That's in this world, distractions. Ooh, squirrel. Oh, sorry, the phone's ringing. I can't listen to your conversation or video diary. I gotta go. That's Satan. All distractions are Satan. That's why people that are of this world are not of God. I cannot tell you how many times I've been trying to talk to somebody and some random event in our environment happens and they look over there and get distracted. That's Satan keeping you out of the loop. You're in a loop. You're in a circle. You're going to keep doing this stuff, playing around in this world until you die, and you're going to be regretting it for eternity. So anyway, I love you. I'm going to go. Just want to tell a couple. So my voice is still weak, so hopefully that goes away in a few days. But yeah, just the fact that I never get sick. Out of nowhere, I get sick right before I try to go to church. And when I go, I have a woman pray over me, and it was like I could feel it. Like I could feel like she touched my shoulder and prayed. Whoa, I could feel it. Upgrade. Like it really happened. I was like, whoa, you'll never get that from a drug or anything. Anyway, I gotta go. I love you. Like, subscribe, make some more videos. Apologize about my voice. Anyway, I love you guys.